Hello, everybody out there in YouTube land, and welcome to DC Fans United. So today, I'm really excited to share some cool stuff with you guys. If you're like me, you've been really enjoying Action Comics 1000, and came out a little bit ago. Hopefully you were able to get a copy. I was fortunate enough to get one. So I was looking online, and I kept seeing more and more covers for Action Comics 1000, so I thought I'd go ahead and share those with you guys. Now, we'll start off with the main cover. I'm sure everyone's seen this one. It's by Jim Lee, and it's real good, but it's real standard, and I actually liked pretty much all of the variant covers better than the main cover. But that's just me personally. Let me know down in the comments if you liked the main cover better than the variants or not. So the next one we'll take a look at was by Steve Rude, and it is the 1930s variant. So there's the main cover, there's the variants, and then there's the exclusive variants. So the main variants each focused on a different decade that Superman was around. So aside from the Steve Rude cover, there's the Michael Cho cover, which is the 1940s variant, which I thought was really cool looking, and it's actually the one I went with. I didn't have the option to get any of the exclusive ones, but of the main variant covers, the 10 of those, including the main cover, I liked this one the best. So then moving on, we have the 1950s variant, and this is by Dave Gibbons. So this one's pretty cool. It's really capturing the spirit of the 1950s, I think, with a much more campy kind of style. So then moving on, we had the Michael Allred cover. This is the 1960s variant, and apparently it's very popular. My local comic book shop owner said, because I asked him which one was selling the best, and he said the 1960s variant was selling the best. So next up we have the Jim Stranenko cover. It's the 1970s variant, and I like it a lot. I almost got this one. It's got the real classic Superman feel to it with the American flag and everything. Next up we have the Joshua Middleton 1980s variant. Now, I really liked this one too. If I were able to get multiple covers, I would have definitely gotten this one. I like it a lot. It's capturing the spirit from the movies, the Christopher Reeve movies, and I really like the colors on it. So next up, we have the Dan Jurgens variant. This is representing the 1990s, and I think it looks really solid, and the colors are great. They're by Alex Sinclair. So the last of the main variants is the 2000s variant. This is by Lee Bramo, and it looks really cool. The pencils on this are really sharp, and among my friends, it was a very popular cover. So we'll move on to the exclusive variants. First up, we have the Oliver Coipel exclusive, and this was for Midtown Comics. This is a really beautiful cover, and I really like it a lot with Superman there. So next up, we have a nice one of the Super Family with Superman, Lois, and their son John, and this was a Newberry Comics variant. Next up, we have the George Perez variant, and this one was for Summit Comics and Games, and it was an exclusive. I like it okay, but oddly enough, because I'm a big fan of George Perez, this is one of my least favorite of the covers. So next up, this one was very popular. It's the Art Germ cover. It's the Buy Me Toys exclusive variant. I really liked this one. I would have gotten it if I could have, and it's, it's another great Art Germ cover, and it's got Supergirl, which is awesome because he, of course, has been doing a lot of Supergirl covers. So next up, we have the Jock variant cover, and this was an exclusive for Forbidden Planet. Next up, we have one that was an exclusive for Bulletproof Comics, and this was by Gabriel Del Otto. And the next one we have is an exclusive that was for the Uncanny Comics shop, which oddly enough, I just saw a news article about it that this shop is just closed, gone into bankruptcy. But in any case, this cover is by Tony S. Daniel. I'm a big fan of his art, and of course I would have loved to get this cover if I could have. It's definitely in my top 5, and there's 27 covers here that I show you, so not saying a lot. The next one up is another Jim Lee cover. So aside from doing the main cover, he did do an exclusive cover, and this was for Torpedo Comics. And the interesting thing about this is, if you saw it ahead of time, it's a bit of a spoiler, because he's fighting the new villain, Rogal Zaire, who, if you read Action Comics, was in the last story. And coincidentally, if you bought a copy of Action Comics 1000, you have a first appearance of this character. Moving on, we have a Tyler Kirkman cover. So this was an exclusive for Unknown Comics, and it's really great. Moving on, we have a Jason Fabok variant. This one's really good. He's an amazing artist and very well known and renowned. And this was an exclusive for Yesteryear Comics. So we're up to number 20. This is a Dave Dorman cover, and it is a Vault Collectibles exclusive. So there were actually more exclusives than there were of the regular main variants. So a lot of people may have not seen these. Moving on, we have a cover by Dave Mankey, I believe is how his name's pronounced. And this was an exclusive for something called Fried Pie Comics. And I guess Fried Pie Comics also does a Comic-Con, so if you know something about that, let me know in the comments. So this is another exclusive. This one is another Dan Jurgens cover, and this was for Dynamic Forces. I like it a lot. I have a color version I can show you, and I can show you a black and white version. Would have liked to have seen this in person, but I've just seen it online. Alright, moving on, we have a really popular cover. It's the Care Andrews variant. This was an exclusive for Third Eye Comics, and it's a really beautiful cover, and really captures the, romance and love that Lois and Superman had, and have for each other. So, I think that's quite cool. Alright, moving on, we have a Nicholas Scott cover. This is a King's Comics exclusive, and I didn't know about this one until shortly before making the video, so I was really excited when I found out about this one. So moving on, we're almost to the end. This is number 25. It's a Neil Adams cover. Now, Neil Adams, of course, is a very well-known artist who's been around for a long time, and his cover really captures that spirit of the classic Superman. I liked it a lot, and it was an exclusive for Legends, Comics, and Games. So the next one is a cover by Felipe Masterfa, and this was an exclusive for 789 Comics. The next one is by Francisco Mantina, and this is our last cover. This one wasn't an exclusive because it was for more than one company, and it was for Frankies Comics, Sad Lemon Comics, 789 Comics, The Comic Mint, and Golden Apple Comics. Alright, so that's 27 different covers for Action Comics 1000. If you include the blank variant cover, that's 28 that I am aware of. There are, of course, sketch covers and other things out there, but these are the 28 that I found. Let me know down in the comments if there are any others that you know about that I may have missed, and let me know what your favorite was, and let me know what one you got yourself. Really, I would have liked to have gotten one of the exclusives, but I was quite happy to get the Michael Cho one. Alright, that's all for now. Be sure to hit the bell for notifications so you know when I put up new content. Be sure to subscribe if you aren't subscribed, and as always, thanks for watching and being a part of DC Fans United.
End of line.